Okay, folks, it's Richard again. Still experimenting with the camera and the computer on how to make the best videos. But the most important thing is that you get the message that I have to share. Here's my place. Okay. Hey, folks. Okay, take a look around. A little simple apartment. Okay, gotta have the tequila or beer. Either one works. That's why we live in Mexico, folks, so we can relax and enjoy life. But at the same time, let's make some money. And I'd like to share with you today, September 8th, 2021, some principles for selling in the swap meets in the streets of a developing country such as Tijuana, Mexico. Okay, the first thing, you want to be able to display your items so that the people can see them. A table is fine. Hanging your ropa, your clothes up in a tent is great. I just bought my woman a nice little pink tent for all of her sexy little clothing. And it does help. But the main thing is, if the people can't see it, they're not going to buy it. And the other day, we set a used TV, up on top of our car, and it attracted a lot of attention, and we sold it within a half hour. We got several offers, and boom, 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 it sold because people could see it. They love TVs, electronics, smartphones. You could sell them all day long in third world countries. Okay, so display your items so everyone can see them, even if it's just a tarp on the ground, but have your items neatly displayed so people at a glance can see what you have for sale. Okay, the second thing is the price. Price your items not too high out of their budget, but price them right. If it's a good item, throw a little bit higher price on that. You can always come down. But if you start out too high, a lot of times they'll just walk off and forget it. You're too high. They won't even bargain. So know your prices. Get rid of your junk cheap. Junk is hard to store, hard to transport. It's a pain in the butt, so get rid of it. Okay, number 3, the condition of your items. Yep, try to clean up the items so they look good. Take care of them. Wrap up all the cords so that they're not all over the place in a big old mess. Displaying your clothing on hangers is always the best. Hanging in your tent, but you only want your best items. You don't. If you have a bag full of old clothes, you might set that on the back of the car and let people sort through it. If you have a table, that's nice too. Okay, you must make sure that your items are in working order. Otherwise, just sell it for parts. Tell them right up front, it don't work, it's just for parts. But if you sell something that's broken as something that works, I can guarantee the person will be back the following week and ready to fight. I've had it. They've come back with their fighting gloves on and be ready to give that refund, no questions asked. If it's some little item that doesn't work, you might get away with it. But I can guarantee if it's kind of a big item, anything more than $20, if it don't work, you got a fight on your hand. Okay, number 4 is be early to the swap meet. The early bird gets the worm, or the best swap meet spots. Be aware of the big dealers have their spots week after week. So don't horn in on their spots. They'll let you know. The security guard will let you know if you're in the wrong spot. Be prepared to move. They have priority. It's their country. They've been doing it for years. You know, you're lucky to be there as a newcomer. So be ready to sell. Be ready to make change. Have a bunch of small bills and change. Know your denominations. Know how to make change. And pesos. 5 pesos is about the smallest we go. That's not even 50 cents. 10 pesos is 50 cents. 20 pesos, that's it used to be a $2 bill, but it's only worth $1 now. Then it goes to 50 pesos, which was a $5. It's only worth $2.50 now. Then it goes up to 100 pesos, the 100 peso bill, which is worth $5. Then you got the 200 pesos, which is a $10 value. And then it jumps to the 500 pesos. That's worth about $25 now. That's as big as you want to go. I have heard of a 1,000 peso bill, but don't do it. Don't accept it. Don't deal in it. They're probably forgeries, fakes. So have your change ready. Have bags ready to bag your items for the people. They love bags, to carry off that item in the bag. You can buy them here in the swap meets cheap anyway. A big bundle of bags for little or nothing. Okay, number 5, be flexible on your prices. Remember, this is called a swap meet. It's not a wholesale market. It's a swap meet. Now there are wholesale dealers, yes, and they'll set their price and that's it. They won't budge. But for you as an outsider dealing in secondhand goods and whatnot, you better be willing to bargain, okay? I'd say if somebody offers you, if you say it's 200 pesos, which would be $10, they offer you 100, then come back, okay, 150 would be okay. So you had it for $10, they offered you 5, the 150 pesos would be about $7 or so. So be willing to bargain. Okay, number 6 is buying your items. That's the big key right there. If you can get good items for cheaper prices, then you're guaranteed to make money. That's the whole secret, is buy good items for as cheap as you can. We live so close to San Diego, I've even brought stuff from San Diego that was considered trash. People throwing it out in their trash, and I grabbed it out of the trash can in San Diego, like toys and even furniture, thrown it in my truck and brought it down to Tijuana and sold it for a profit. Well, the profit was zero. I bought it for nothing. It was free in the trash, and whatever I get for it. But I have sold U.S. trash here in Mexico. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So you never know what sells, and sometimes it'll surprise you. Just common, ordinary items, like they love tennis shoes. They love jeans and ropa de marca. That means, if it has a recognized brand, they're going to buy it. They love brands. But over here, there's a lot of knockoffs too. Whatever it says, there's no such thing as a Gucci bag over here. It's a cheap knockoff. So be aware of everything. And just be careful when you're buying here in Mexico. If you're buying something at the swap meet, you're probably okay because those are dealers and regular people. But if you're in some back alley somewhere and some shady looking character offers you a great deal on a car stereo, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take it. It's probably stolen. It's going to end you up in trouble. Also have the cash available. $100 in cash is worth 2,000 pesos. That's not bad. Sometimes I'll carry that much, but I wouldn't go much higher than that. and have it broke down into smaller bills, and don't have it all in your wallet. Have different, pockets in your socks, whatnot, smaller bills, and be ready to offer cash for something, because people get, they got to make the rent payment, or they need something in an emergency. They will accept a good cash offer, a lower cash offer. Okay, yeah, you don't want to be a target for any kind of a robbery. Stay on the main streets. Don't get off the beaten path. Don't have too much cash. Don't let people think you're rich. Don't be flashy. There's nothing wrong with being a poor American down here. So, okay, the other number 8 I've got here is be generous. Like, there's a lot of people that are hurting, begging for money, really old people. They don't have Social Security down here. Their Social Security program is an old person goes out and sells something in the street. They have to earn their keep. A lot of times the old people, 85 years old, are selling items that help support their family. They live with their kids and grandkids, and they're contributing members of that family. We just bought this 85-year-old lady. She freezes, it could be like horchata or tamarindo drinks, very little product or taste, flavor, mixed in a bag of probably tap water. And she'll freeze it in the freezer, and she'll sell it for 10 pesos, which is 50 cents. And we give it to her just because she's trying to make money, And the other day, my wife was enjoying one of those bowlies, they're called. And I said, well, honey, it's probably made with tap water. And she, I drink tap water. I boil water for my coffee in the morning. We bathe in regular tap water. Use it occasionally if you have to. It's probably a little contaminated, but then again, if you buy bottled water, there's no guarantee that that's pure and clean either over here. So give it your best shot. All right, number 9 is to have a nice old swap meet vehicle or van. That way you can lock your stuff up. You can put an alarm on it or park it in the parking where you live. That way you're not loading and unloading your stuff all the time. You just, take it to the swap meet, unload it to sell, load it in your van, take it home to your apartment, lock it up, and it's good. And speaking of apartments, we've rented in tons of different places around Tijuana, good and bad. You can kind of tell from the neighborhood, get a feel for the area. But we like normal areas. It's not gated communities or nothing, and yet it's not the slums. It's just a regular, normal neighborhoods, and we have had very little problem with theft and whatnot. And the last bit of advice is know your money. Know what a dollar, they love US dollars, know the value. So, okay, folks, I gotta go. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.